this is Red, and you guys might know him as the strongest and most notorious Pokemon trainer in all of Pokemon. So I wanted to put his skill to the test and see if he could beat the hardest Pokemon Book Bronze version. Will he be able to beat every single trainer, gym leader, Elite Four, and become the champion in Pokemon Book Bronze? Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna be so honest right now, it always feels so refreshing starting a new save file in Pokemon Book Bronze. So I wake up and I decided to name myself. What am I possibly going to name myself this time? Okay, it's gonna be a normal name. Okay, so I know I don't quite look like Red right now, but the budget's kinda tight these days, so we're just gonna have to imagine it or something, I don't know. After finally building up the courage to go outside... Bro, what? Anyways, with this bum out of the way, I went ahead and talked to my parents before going and choosing my first starter. And if you guys didn't know, Red starter is a Charmander, even though I would end up getting all three of these anyway. So I picked Charmander and I call him, nothing? Yeah, I know it's an excellent choice. Thank you, Cypress. After finally securing my starter, Jake wants to fight me for absolutely no reason. So what do? I keep on using Ember with my Charmander until his sorry ass Eevee is gone. And it didn't take me that many tries since I burned him on the first Ember. And to be honest, it felt quite amazing beating Jake on the first try, since he used to beat me every single time. Just know, Jake, I'm not messing around this time, bro. After making our way to Chestnut Town, we meet with this lady right here who just lured us to her house, which is already pretty suspicious, just to steal our brick bronze, or a bronze brick, I don't really know. After beating her senseless, our Charmander evolves into a Charmeleon, which is absolutely amazing, and Jake just comes around and ruins the moment for us. Let's go, Jake. After all of that, I decided to catch myself a Pikachu, and as you can see, the chances of catching a Pikachu are brutal. Seriously? 2%? But you already know I was dedicated. So after spending almost 1 hour, which is absolutely crazy for this yellow rat, I finally found him, and I caught him, and just like that, we made a new addition to our team. After that, I make my way to Sylvan City, where the first gym is located. And to be completely honest, I did not think I could beat this gym. I mean, just look at this team. I only have a Charmeleon and a Pikachu, bro. This team did not give me any hope. But I knew that if I didn't beat the first gym, the challenge would already be over. So I locked in. I did this almost impossible obby just to be able to fight the gym leader, Chad. Like I said, I was not very confident in my team against the first gym, which is pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. Okay, so his first Pokemon was a Geodude, which I didn't have any moves that were super effective against him, so I used Dragon Rage and Slash and took him down. His next Pokemon was a Magnemite, which I one-shot with Fire Fang thanks to his weakness to fire. Next Pokemon is this Chinchou, which suffered the same ending as the Geodude from before, one Dragon Rage and one Slash and he's gone. So for his last Pokemon, Pikachu, he used Fake Out, my Charmeleon flinched, used Slash and one-shot him. And just like that, we had our hands on the first gym badge. Just before we continue our journey, I wanted to show you guys my team until now. We had Charmeleon, Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Eevee, which was hopefully going to evolve into an Espeon, and I'm not gonna lie, this was the first time I felt kinda confident with my team, but I was still a bit skeptical. After fighting a few trainers, Bulbasaur and Squirtle both evolved, which was going to be super useful since I was gonna rely on Wartortle to beat the second gym. So just before making it to Brimber City, Jake wants to battle us again, for absolutely no reason. Bum, and bum. Yeah, Jake was still the same old bum we knew from the start. Upon making it to Brimber City, the gym leader and bum-ass Jake inform us that Team Eclipse were in the volcano trying to summon Groudon for some odd reason. So after getting rid of them, we're gonna be able to fight the second gym. Come on, bro, they really thought Groudon would be on their side, dog? Seriously? After watching Team Eclipse get cooked by my boy Groudon, and watching my Eevee turn into an Espeon, it was now time to battle the second gym leader. Now to be completely honest with y'all, I was not nearly as scared as I was on the first gym just because I had Wartortle set up as a shield against these fire types. So I start off with Rain Dance and he starts off with Stealth Rock. Then I used Water Pulse on him, brought him down to 50% HP, he brought me to 50% HP as well, but I managed to take him down with one last Water Pulse and he was gone. I just knew Wartortle was gonna carry this gym. Next Pokemon he sends out is a Fletchinder. He used Overheat, doesn't do that much damage on me, and I used Water Pulse on him, almost managed to one-shot him, and it only took one more Water Pulse to take him down. Okay, so for his next Pokemon it's a Numel, and I really thought I could one-shot it pretty easily because of the 4 times weakness he has to water, but my Wartortle was just way too low on HP and I basically got killed. Sent out my Charmeleon, and then knocked his ass out with one Slash. Now last but not least, his last Pokemon was a Quilava, and I stuck with Charmeleon. This is when it starts to get actually funny. So he used Overheat on me, did quite a bit of damage, now I was scared, I'm not gonna lie. I dropped him to half HP with, I think, Slash. He used Overheat again, and bro, I survived on 1 HP, literally 1 HP. So I took him down with one last Slash, and boom, that was the second gym. No, I'm not gonna lie, this was kinda lucky, alright? This was kinda lucky. So after beating a few stupid lumberjacks, their boss came around and opened up the dam for us to walk through to Route 7. And then right after that, my Charmeleon evolved into a Charizard, my Ivysaur evolved into a Venusaur, and my Wartortle evolved into a Blastoise. After beating the shit out of Team Eclipse for wanting to summon Kyogre this time at the lighthouse, which, as you've probably already guessed, didn't work in their favor. It was now time to challenge the third gym leader. After beating one of the hardest puzzles I've ever done in my life, I was ready to take on the third gym leader, Quentin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the hardest watch of all time. This fight was so awkward. Even I, rewatching this and editing this right now, this was genuinely one of the worst fights I've ever done this month, this year, all my life, bro. It was just on and off between Venusaur and Tentacruel. None of us could one-shot the other or do a decent amount of damage at least. So I sacrificed my Espeon to heal my Venusaur. And that was not even the worst part. I sent out my Blastoise and asked me why. Ask me why I set up Rain Dance for him. Ask me why I set up Rain Dance for this guy. Why did I do this, bro? Anyways, after 10 billion Ice Beams, I managed to take Pelipper out. Then I sent out my Venusaur against his Bibarel and one-shot him with Petal Dance. And finally, I started acting like a normal human being instead of setting Rain Dance for a random gym leader. Okay, this is another question I actually want an answer to. Why the hell did this Ludicolo use Rain Dance when he could have killed me? I think he genuinely felt bad when I set up Rain Dance on my Blastoise. So I basically sacrificed my Blastoise to heal my Venusaur just because Venusaur was 4 times effective on Swampert just because of his ground and water typing. I'm sorry, Blastoise, it had to be done, bro. I'm sorry. Just look at this. Oh, so crispy. God damn. Let's go, we finally did it. The experience was horrible, but at least we got rid of this gym. After beating both of Jake and Tess, I met this Absol, for no reason, which got scared away when she saw Jake's face. Upon exploring Kraganos mines and fighting a bunch of trainers, we boarded this flying ship that was going to Anthean City. I mean, just look at how the pilot's looking. How the fuck did we not crash, bro? After getting done with this long ass cutscene that just wouldn't stop, we got ourselves a hoverboard that was super helpful with moving around. It was now time to battle Stefan for the 4th gym, the flying type gym, and I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite gyms of all time alongside the 7th gym. And his first Pokemon is his Skarmory. Sent on my Pikachu, Thunderbolt him, and almost killed him if it didn't have this sturdy ability. But it doesn't really matter. One more Thunderbolt and he's gone. Next Pokemon is a Hawlucha. I switched out to my Espeon just because I predicted that he would switch out to Talonflame with the U-turn. So I switched out my Blastoise. And yeah, I set up Shell Smash, which allowed me to sweep his entire team. So that's why this is one of my favorite gyms. Unlike the 3rd gym was a disaster, as you guys might have already seen after one-shotting this Hawlucha and this Staraptor and also this Gliscor. And last but not least, his Salamence. And even though he intimidated me, I also one-shot him. I rate this gym a 10 out of 10. This was amazing. After navigating the sewers with Tess and failing to skip a few trainers, which meant I had to do this god-awful brain-dead double fights with Tess, which was even worse than the double fights with Jake, I'm not gonna lie. We finally found Jake surrounded by a bunch of Team Eclipse members, which I don't really give a fuck about. We were now forced by Tess to fight the Team Eclipse boss, Professor Cypress. Oh my god, no way, bro. No way is Professor Cypress. Anyways, I said in my last video why I hated this fight, and it's because they give us this sorry-ass Mega Absol that does absolutely nothing, that gets one-shot by every single Pokemon of his. And yeah, my Charizard killed that Venusaur. My Venusaur killed that Feraligatr, I don't even know. Next up, I switch out my Blastoise, which managed to take a hit of Energy Ball and one-shot Typhlosion with Surf. Next up is Meganium, and as you guys may know, I'm the #1 Meganium hater. My Charizard one-shot him, and yeah, I survived on 1 HP. I almost killed myself, but I know that's worth it. Next Pokemon, Blastoise, I used my Pikachu and one-shot him with Thunderbolt. Last but not least, his Charizard, which is absolutely one of the biggest frauds in this game. So I managed to, I think, one-shot him with Surf, and boom. Professor Cypress, get the fuck out of here. Next up, this is gonna be pretty hard to explain, but Dialga and Palkia come out of nowhere, and we teleport to the past, where me and Tess basically stopped this guy from blowing up the entire city. Yeah, his Pokemon kept on exploding all over me. Bro, pause, what the fuck, man? Oh my shit. Fuck. Alright, so we meet with this goofball again who takes us to the desert. Okay, guess what happened next? Right? So the gym leader is surrounded by Team Eclipse just like Jake, and now he can't do shit. I feel like the only thing these gym leaders know how to do is beat my ass. That's the only thing they know how to do. When it comes to Team Eclipse, when it comes to anything else, they can't do shit. We're helping that bum ass gym leader. We catch ourselves this snake that we trade for a flute that we can use to awaken this fat ass blue guy that is essential to our team. I know I can't be the only one that forgets where to dig, right? Right, guys? I'm not the only one, right? No, I'm not the only one, guys. Anyways, after digging for a few weeks, we finally make it to the gym leader, Ryan, for the 5th gym. His first Pokemon is a Hippowdon. I use Giga Drain with my Venusaur. almost one-shot him. So I used another Giga Drain and boom, he's gone. Next Pokemon is a Sandslash. I think I kept on using Venusaur. One Giga Drain, one-shot him. Next Pokemon is a Dudunsparce. I don't even know. One-shot him, 2 Giga Drain, I think. Next Pokemon is an Excadrill. I switched out to my Blastoise for some reason. I think I set up... No, not even... One Surf and he's gone. Pretty clean. Next up is Crocodile, and I genuinely one-shot this fucker with Giga Drain pretty easily. And yeah, his last Pokemon is a Mega Garchomp. To be honest, I would never forgive him for one-shotting my boy Snorlax like that. So I switched out to Blastoise and one-shot him. What the... Man, almost one-shot him. What? How did I die? Anyways, I switched to Venusaur. And I almost died, Giga Drain, and boom, he's gone. I give this gym a generous 6.7 out of 10. Now, to be honest, nothing really happens after the 5th gym, so I'm just gonna skip to the 6th gym already. And I'm not gonna lie, there's 2 things that I hate the most in this world. First is Jake, of course, and second is the 6th gym. Fucking hate this gym so much. If you watched any of my videos, I already know that. I hate this gym with all my heart, bro. I'm about to rip my clothes off right now, bro. I'm not even joking. You know what? On all y'all souls, this is the worst gym. On every person watching this soul, this is the worst gym. I don't care, except mine, okay? Except my soul. Alright, so I Mega Evolved my Charizard. Rillaboom used Knockoff on me, which did nothing. So I disintegrate him into atoms with Fire Punch. I'm eating an apple right now, and I'm not gonna lie, this apple made me change my mind. This is the best gym of all time, guys. Let me know if y'all want any mukbang videos. I'm about to take the meanest bite right now. Another one. One last bite. That's good. Now the apple's gone. I completely changed my mind. This is still the worst gym. And I managed to one-shot this Whimsicott Wish Charizard. That was pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. Next up is Elegance, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I almost died from that close combat. I genuinely thought I was gonna die. But you know, I had to one-shot her ass with Fire Punch. Why did she have a Focus Sash, bro? After healing my Charizard and almost dying from close combat again, I finally erased her from history with a Fire Punch. Next up is Sunflora, and this is absolutely crazy because bro, what the fuck are the odds for me to survive on 1 HP? What the hell? This was absolutely crazy, bro. So I switched out to Venusaur and used Sludge Bomb. What the hell? Bro, what? Why do we all survive on 1 HP? What is happening? Guys, I'm not a hacker. I did not make this shit up. Just watch this. He used Earth Power and I survive on 1 HP again. What the hell? I swear to God, I didn't hack. I didn't do shit, bro. This just happened for no reason. Like, what are the odds, bro? Like I said, I didn't hack. I didn't edit. This is not edited. This is absolutely fucking legit. I don't even know. Oh, what the fuck? I survived on 1 HP again. What is happening? What is happening, bro? I almost killed this fucking Ice Beam. I sacrificed my Blastoise. I sacrificed the 1 HP I had to heal my Charizard, I think. Bro, what, bro? What are the odds? Bro, that's crazy, bro. So I used Charizard to get rid of the remains, and boom, he's gone. Next up, he Mega Evolved this fat-ass Venusaur, which I eventually kill with my Espeon. Don't ask me what happened to Charizard. Just forget what happened. Anyways, I read this gym. I'm genuinely not lying. This was an 8 out of 10, okay? First time I enjoyed the 6th gym. This was super fun. I don't know how that happened. The odds are absolutely insane. But yeah, we got the 6th gym. Got rid of this fucker. And yeah, so after walking through this cave right here, we find Tess with 3 Team Eclipse Goofers. Goofers? Is that even a word? Anyways, I defeat them pretty easily, which is not a surprise. And we're met with the surprise that one of these goofballs was Jake. Oh my god, no way. Oh my god, that's absolutely unbelievable. Alright, so I beat his ass pretty easily and they just run away. Okay, I guess. Now that we're done with the 6th gym, it was now time for the 7th gym. 6, 7, bro. Oh my god. I'm just gonna jump, bro. I'm just gonna jump. Okay, so his first mon was a Grimmsnarl. I turned on my Espeon, used Dazzling Gleam. Almost killed him, but not quite. So he used to play rough on me, almost killed me. So I used one last Dazzling Gleam and I killed him. I said killed like fucking 15 times. That's so awkward. His next mon was a Samurott. I switched out to my Pikachu and managed to one-shot him with a Thunderbolt. His next Pokemon is a Samurott. I managed to one-shot him with a Dazzling Gleam before he could even breathe. I'm lucky I was faster than him. Okay, now against Mandibuzz, I switched out to my Pikachu again and I managed to one-shot him again with a Thunderbolt pretty easily. Next up is Kingambit and I managed to make a joke out of him with my Mega Charizard X using Fire Punch or Flare Blitz. I completely forgot, but I think I managed to one-shot him pretty easily. And yeah, I disintegrated him. Last but not least, his last Pokemon is a Mega Gyarados and I sent out my Venusaur. Even though he intimidated me, I did a heck ton of damage on him, and I managed to kill him in only 2 Giga Drains. If you love this gym, I'm gonna give this gym a 9.9 out of 10. Super enjoyable, super clean, and yeah, one of my favorite gyms of all time for a reason, guys. Alright, so just before we head to Port Deca, we had to fight Tess for some reason. I don't even know, so I put my Espeon on first slot, and let's go. Yeah, so I used Dazzling Gleam on this Druddigon, and I almost one-shot him, so I used it one more time, and he's out of the way. Next up is this Haxorus, which I managed to one-shot with Dazzling Gleam. Next up is this Hydreigon, which I also managed to one-shot with Dazzling Gleam. Okay, guess what happened to this Flygon? Yeah, you guessed right. Alright, now this is where Snorlax takes his revenge on Garchomp. So I used Curse at least like 2-3 times, then I used Rest, and then I one-shot Garchomp with a Return. That was pretty smooth, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was really, really smooth. I'm glad he took his revenge. Last but not least, it's Sir Salamence, and I decided to stick with Snorlax. Oh yeah, he intimidated me, and he Mega Evolved. And I really thought I couldn't one-shot him with Return, but Snorlax proved me wrong. Boom, get the hell out of here. And yeah, bye-bye Tess. We meet with Tess again, this time on Deca Beach. She just won't leave it alone. And yeah, this is right before we went to Crescent Island. And as you can see, my boy Jake is just ore farming for no reason here. Get the hell out of here, Jake. We finally make it to Crescent Island, where we find this super suspicious Team Eclipse member just going inside the house. So we just go inside there and follow him, and turns out it's a super big Team Eclipse base for some reason. Yeah, so these guys just got away with my parents and Tess for some reason, so we gotta go stop them, right? Come on, can you guys stop, bro? I'm genuinely tired, bro. Come on, please. Jake, Cypress, stop this shit, bro. Alright, so they wouldn't stop, so I taught them a lesson. Just look at what he said. He said, you are still the strongest. I know, Jake. Thanks for the compliment, dog. Like I said, they wouldn't stop. They summoned fucking Hoopa Unbound, and now we have to fight Cypress again. I mean, yeah, this fight was super awkward. I do not want to commentate on this fight. This was genuinely one of the worst fights of all time. Yeah, so after watching my whole team die, I finally defeated Professor Cypress for the second time. Now, I genuinely might change my mind, okay? The puzzle on the 8th gym is way worse than the puzzle on the 6th gym. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know what? Now that I think about it, what am I talking about? The puzzle on the 6th gym is absolutely the worst one. Nothing would take its place, you know? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even though this one, I always forget it. It's super confusing. But nothing's gonna beat the 6th gym. Alright, so my Snorlax one-shot this Marowak with a Crunch. Next up is this fake-ass Gengar that I also one-shot with Crunch. Next up is this Skelleridge, which I took down with 2 Surfs. Basically, same thing goes for Annihilate. And yeah, to be honest, this gym was pretty chill, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, Mimikyu got killed by 1 Shadow Ball by Espeon. Last but not least, his Gengar. So I sent out my Charizard, and we both decided to ore farm with our Mega Evolutions. And I think he sent out a substitute, if I'm not wrong. And I used Earthquake, and then I used Earthquake again, and boom, 8th gym badge, let's fucking go. After getting rid of every single gym, beating every single trainer, training our team to level 100, perfect moves, perfect abilities, perfect TVs, it was now time for the Elite Four, and it's gonna be easy, right? Right? Well, not really. Quite the opposite. I mean, I made it through 2 of the Elite Four, but I was stuck on the Ice-type Elite Four. I genuinely spent 2 days straight fighting this guy, and I just couldn't, so that shit was impossible, and I think I found the reason why. My team had way too many weaknesses. It wasn't fast enough to outspeed the Ice-type Pokemon that he had.
Let's go.
Oh my god, I'm going to lose.
I had weaknesses everywhere. My Charizard was weak to ice even when he Mega Evolved. My Venusaur is grass, so obviously he's weak to ice. My Blastoise was weak to freeze dry, which every Pokemon he had that move. Yes, Pikachu and Espeon were very strong Pokemon and very fast, but they took so much damage from those moves, they just couldn't even hit, not even once. Now, yes, Snorlax was super tanky, but the fact that it was a double battle made it 10 times worse and 10 times more awkward to set up Curse and Rest. Anyways, can Red beat Pokemon Brick Bronze Warrior Conquest? Yes and no, I guess. I mean, it could have been a skill issue for my part, but bro, this shit was genuinely horrible. I spent so much time on this Ice Elite Four, I just wouldn't give up, but bro, it was just impossible. If you guys have any type of strategies or any type of movesets for these Pokemon that you think that would beat the Elite Four, make sure to comment them down below. I would actually enjoy taking my revenge on these Elite Four bastards. Now, I'm gonna say this, I'm 1000% sure that I would have beat the Elite Four if it wasn't on Warrior Conquest, I'm not gonna lie, because his team was strong. But in this game, you cannot be the Elite Four or the champion or anything if you don't have super OP Pokemon or something that could sweep super well. Anyways, guys, this is the end of the video. If you have any other suggestions for other videos, for other challenges, for other runs, make sure to comment down below. And like I said, if you have any other strategies or anything I could do to beat the Elite Four, make sure to comment down below too. Anyways, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and see you on the next challenge or next video, I guess. Peace.